I've had a long 8 months. So let's figure this out here. Let me see here. What do you guys think you struggle with the most as a coach? Type it in there and type it in box. Inviting. Okay. Bringing the board and working inviting. Okay. What else? Mindset always. Closing the deal. Oh, closing the deal. Confidence in my coaching myself. Consistency. Give me 10 more. Sign up new coaches. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So I'm seeing like having a large network to feed from, focus. Okay. So I'm seeing something like closing the deal. Like, first we got to change that. Because that's like, it's not a house. You know what I mean? The people aren't a house. So we got to change that. The inviting part, I understand that. And then there's focus, discipline, having people get results. So all of these problems, or here in this box, is like something that, out of what? How many calls, Allison, have I done? If you can guess, since the end of September.
Like 100.
All right. So out of 100,
a million.
Yeah. So out of 100 calls, like, what's been the dominant problem amongst? Let's say we've talked to, 6,000 coaches. Let's just say that number. What do you think has been the dominant problem?
Self-belief.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so self-belief, and what else? What do you think the other one is?
The other one, like loving themselves, believing in themselves, self-worth, their confidence.
Okay. All right. So that's been like the dominating factor, right? Amongst the coaches. So now let's look at coaching from a completely different perspective. So you're looking at it from what you're struggling with as far as like inviting and mindset stuff. Do you realize how hard that is for you to like have the confidence to actually operate your business? So let me ask you another question. Where do you think that came from? That thought, that mindset, where do you think it came from? Whether it's focus, whether it's consistency, inviting, mindset, where do you think those things came from? Let me ask you another question. Were you born with that mindset? No, you're right. That's right, Katrina. That's right, girl. Tell it. Nope, you weren't born with that mindset, right? Okay, were you born to So Jeff said life. Okay, that's good, boss. That's perfect. All right. So making people understand how much they can improve themselves. You know how hard that is to convince somebody when deep down inside you may not feel that way about yourself. Does that make sense? So let's look at like all of the triggers that have affected you up until this point. So there's a series of events that's happened in your life up until this very moment, right? Whatever good, there's some good things that happen, there's some bad things that happen. Whatever it is, it has major influence on the way you think about your family, think about your business, but most importantly, think about yourself. Would you agree with that? Now, because of that, these particular things have shaped your mindset. Because I just told you that you weren't born like that. So this was learned. This was taught. Oftentimes, okay, let's use little Cash, for example, right? He's a baby. The only thing he knows is food, his mom, his dad. He knows his siblings. and he poops. That's it. That's his lifestyle right there. He eats and he poops. He loves bath time. He loves baths. He hates when you get out of the bathtub because he's cold. And he does not sleep in his bed, never has slept in his bed. Don't sleep in his little, baby carrier thing. He hates it. You know what he loves to do? Both of us got tendinitis because he wants us to cuddle him and he wants to be real close, right? And so I'm looking at this little guy at night and I'm realizing that everything that I project on him has everything to do with who I am as a person, how I feel about myself, how I believe, whether I have disbelief or I believe, whether I'm a confident person or a negative person. Whatever I have in me, I'm going to project on my kids. And the reason why I'm going to project this on my kids is because they have no sense of self-identity. They're young. They only going to become what I teach them and what their mom teaches them, right? So let's just say I bring my kids up on tension and negativity and, anxiety and pressure. I'm projecting my insecurities on them. Now, when they get older and they get into sports or they get into a business, they're going to carry those anchors with them. And as they try to operate their business or whatever it is they want to do, my anchors is going to be living through them. So they're going to be trying to run a business based off of their gifts and talents, right? Opportunities are presented to them, but my anchors, my influence that I projected on them is actually running the business because they're thinking through my lenses. They're thinking through my influence. They never thought on their influence because they never had a sense of self-identity. The identity they have is the identity that I projected on them in their vulnerable state of not knowing who they are. So now the reason why I said that is let's look right now in your situation. Look at your business. Look at the way you view your business. Look at the struggles of your business. Look at your mindset towards your business. Some of us have the fear of inviting. It's hard to invite others when we've never invited ourselves. All right? It's hard to be consistent for others when we've never been consistent with ourselves. So what I'm trying to convince you guys of is maybe you're running your business not even knowing who you are. You're running your business through the anchors. And that's why you feeling like I'm not accomplishing what I should be accomplishing. I'm not inside. I know I can do this. I believe in myself enough that I know that I can do this. But I'm missing something. Like I can't connect to it the way I want to. I just can't take off with the business like I want to for whatever reason. The reasons are the anchors, guys, because you influenced by the past. You influenced by the things that held you back, the things that was projected on you in a state of not knowing who you are. Here's another prime example. Let's just say you guys just said my kids are beautiful, right? So let's just say I go to Christy and I knock on Christy's door. She said, "Hi, Chris. Hey, Christy, I just brought you 3 little black kids. They're yours. Guess what? They're your kids. They're not my kids. They're your kids." And she's going to say, first, no, okay, I'll watch them. They're beautiful. I'll feed them. I'll watch them. But you got to come back and get them. Like, these are your kids. But I'll watch them. The key in that, she knows 100% those are my kids. But she has no problem watching them. But she knows they're my kids. The assurance that she knows that those are my kids is the same assurance she should know who she is. Think about what I'm saying to you because I'm going to go real deep here in a second and it's going to bring it all home. The assurance she has that she knows that those are not her kids is the same assurance she should have in who she is as a person. And oftentimes people don't have any sense of identity, right? So I was in this position. You run a business, but you don't even know who you are. So because you don't know who you are, it's hard for you to invite people. It's hard for you to be consistent. It's hard for you to share the business with people because you don't know who you are. You really aren't 100% sold on it because you're not 100% sold on yourself. So how do you become sold on yourself? Okay, that's easy. There's one common denominator that anything with a heartbeat shares. It's the most powerful tool in the world. Animals do it, insects do it, humans do it. And it's the only thing that animals do, insects do, and humans do. The most powerful thing on the face of this earth. Can anybody tell me what that is? It's hands down. Hold on, let me get the characteristics of this. It multiplies. It gives you confidence. It gives you hope. It gives you a sense a sense of identity. It gives you self-worth. It gives you confidence. That's right. It's called love. Love is hands down the most dominant thing on the face of this earth. It creates babies, creates spouse, builds relationships, helps you overcome things, and it multiplies, amongst other things. So if love is the most dominating force on this planet Earth, why isn't that the foundation of your business? Ooh. Think about what I just said now. Y'all thought I was going to sit here and talk to y'all about how to sell proving grounds. I care less about that. Think about what I'm telling you. If love is the most dominant thing on this planet Earth, why isn't that the foundation of your business? It's been proven the benefits of it, but let's take it a step further. How about self-love? Do you understand the benefits of self-love? Self-love what? Gives you a sense of identity, gives you a sense of self-worth, self-value, confidence, belief in yourself. And then when you feel strong in all those characteristics, guess what else happens? All of your little tools on the inside of you begin to surface in front of you. Now you realize, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I have the talents and the gifts to do all this stuff, because your gifts are instilled in you to serve you. But most of our gifts are laying dormant because we don't know who they are. So we go through life and through chapters and chapters and chapters of life with all this talent that never got to surface. And it never surfaced because we've been looking outside for answers when the answer's been inside of us this whole time. So now you get a glimpse of your purpose, right? Of all your tools. And from there, you become infectious. You just happen to be some of the confident people in this world. Look at the world we live in. I'm willing to bet you right now, 70% of the world is miserable. They have no hope, no self-worth, no self-value, no sense of purpose, no identity. They have absolutely no direction. So because they don't have that, guess what else happens? They become depressed. They have anxiety. They have fear. They have worry. And they lack confidence. So imagine if you started building your business off of self-love, teaching people how to love themselves. Think about that. You become infectious. When you become infectious, guys, you become light in the midst of a dark world. Think about bugs and mosquitoes and all of that, right? Go to your porch and turn your light out. They just scattered all over the place. But the minute you turn the light on, don't the bugs run to the light? Why do the bugs run to the light? Because they can see. They can see what? They can see their prey. They can see each other. They run to the light. But when it's dark, everybody's in the wilderness. You're lost, right? So imagine if you became the light. When you become the light and you shine in a dark world, who do you think is going to gravitate to you? People who struggle with hope, struggle with love, sense of identity, sense of self-worth, sense of value, their purpose. They're going to gravitate to you. And when they gravitate to you, guess what you do? You teach them how to love themselves. When you teach them how to love themselves, guess what happens? They understand that they were created with a gift and a purpose to do great things. So their tools start developing. And then they teach people. And then those people teach people. And those people teach people. And guess what happens? Before you know it, your whole team then grew. Why? Because self-love was the basis of your business. You understand how easy it is to sell a challenge pack and a program when you love yourself? Think about the things right now, and all of us have this. Think about the things right now that you are really good at, that you are really passionate about, that you can sell it to anybody. Think about it. Think about it. I know one of y'all can make cookies real good, and you know that somebody will buy these cookies. It's got to be something that you're really good at, that you have so much confidence in this. Think about how you talk about that thing, whatever it is. Okay, I can do better than that. All of us love our kids, right? Some of our kids have gifts. You ever sit and talk to another person about your kids' gifts? You take pride in that, right? You feel good when you speak about your kids, right? Well, how is that any different than speaking about yourself? You got the confidence to speak about your kids, but don't have the confidence to speak about yourself. I'm going to give you guys a news flash. You're not selling challenge packs and programs, guys. I know that's part of the business, but that's not what you're selling. You know what you're selling? You're selling yourself. You're the brand. You're the prize. You're selling yourself. Challenge packs and programs just happen to be a way you operate your business, amongst other things. But you ain't selling that. You're selling you. And once you sell you, everything that's applied to you or attached to you becomes available to those people who gravitate to you. Does that make sense? I've yet to sell Shift Shop or Shift Shop Proving Grounds. I've never sold it. I've never sold any of them. All I've sold this whole time, the whole 2 years I've been a part of Beachbody, is empower, love, and inspire. That's all I've sold. Hope. And I watched my following go from 2,200 when I got announced to what, 74,000? How'd that happen? I never physically sold my program. It's because I projected something in the world that was a need. I focused on where I was needed and never where I was wanted. I focused on coaches and not cash. I mean, not my son. My son's name is Cash, but you know what I mean. I never chase money. I always chase people. I mean, look at my posts. You don't see any selfies of me. You don't see any self-ego. You don't see none of that. You don't see me half naked in my photos. What we selling? What we selling? So my question to you is, the anchors that you're struggling with, how about we get rid of them so that you can see your business through different lenses? There's nothing wrong with your business, guys. I'm here to tell you right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your business. You know what's wrong? You just don't love yourself. You just have no idea how much untapped, unlimited potential you have. You know how much potential I have. Think about it. Some of you guys stay in line for 2, 3, 4 hours for photos. Your commission-based business, you qualify for these photos. You see us, you whip your phone out, you go all crazy because you get excited, right? Not even realizing that y'all the reason we on this platform. Think about what I just said now. And I'm not discrediting how hard we work on our programs, but guys, let's be honest here. How many of you have stood in a line at a photo op and your favorite trainer is up there in this photo op, and if this trainer happened to come into your life at a crucial time, and that program, you got in the best shape of your life, you felt good about yourself, right? And at that moment, that trainer helped you overcome some obstacles, but you stand in this line because you qualify. You even posted on social media. You qualify to take a photo with this person, right? They have no idea what they did for you. And as the line gets closer and closer to you taking your photo, you get goosebumps. You even rehearsed in your mind what you was going to say to your favorite trainer, right? Finally, it's your time. You step up. You take a picture with me. I ain't your favorite trainer. I smile, I say hi to you, but you go to your favorite trainer and you just want to tell them for a second what they meant to you, right? And all you got was, okay, let's take our picture. And you take the picture and you walk away like, wow, I didn't even get acknowledged. I stood in line for 3 or 4 hours just to tell this person my story. And they never really made eye contact with me. You got the picture, but you still feel empty. All you wanted was that moment, right? When's the last time a super trainer told you guys thank you? Come on now. We want to talk about proving grounds, you want to talk about the truth. When's the last time a super trainer told you guys thank you? Because there's plenty of reasons that we should be thanking you. Let's think about how this commission-based business with no guaranteed paychecks, how hard you work, the sacrifices you make, the resistance some of you have at home, resistance in your family, juggling two and three jobs, but trying to get your business off the ground. And you know that every dollar you make, Every dollar you make in this business, you created it because it wasn't promised, right? Think about this for a second. Think about how you guys market our programs and how we market our programs. Beachbody does a marketing campaign, but I can tell you right now, and Allison will tell you, I do a lot of my marketing myself. They do marketing for me, but I do a lot of that. Some of those videos on my page, that's in-house. But then I look at all the notifications I get, right? Because you're starting a challenge group. And you got 20 people and 30 people, and then they invite people, and then they got people, and all of a sudden through you, my whole marketing campaign just got multiplied. And I sit back on this pedestal because I'm a celebrity. I'm Chris Downing. Ooh. And I'm succeeding, right? And I'm looking at the same people who helped me get here struggling. That is not success to me, guys. That is not success to me. Success is when it leaves my house and enter yours. So for me, it didn't make any sense for me to be on the platform. For what? My people who put me on here are struggling. So I need to go down and find out what the problem is. I need to understand why you see so much in me but don't see it in yourself. Why you believe so much in me but don't believe in yourself. That's what I want to know. Why am I different than you in your eyes? I think you guys got to understand something. You guys are the heartbeat of this company. Without you, we don't exist. 2 years ago, I couldn't even buy groceries. I was broke. 2 years ago, I could not buy groceries. I was broke. 8 weeks ago, little Cash is in the hospital, just born. I got little Chris and Jace at the grocery store, and I'm in the paying for the groceries, and I looked to my right at the door, and I saw a Shift Shop shirt, right? And it was the exact same Shift Shop shirt I had on. So I'm thinking, that's cool. So my kids are on the cart, I'm pushing it, and we just kind of like, just giggling, and we just having fun, right? And as I get closer, the lady puts her hands on her mouth, turns into a bobblehead, and starts doing high knees in place, like so excited, right? And I'm like, wow. And she was like, oh my gosh, I knew that was you. I didn't want to bother you. I saw you with your kids. I knew that was you. Oh my God, I don't have my phone. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I got my phone. You don't need your phone. So I put my arm around her, grabbed my phone, took a selfie, kissed her on her cheek, and said, thank you. What are you thanking me for? You changed my life. No, actually, you and the network changed mine. Because 2 years ago, I couldn't buy groceries. And it's because of you, I can afford groceries and not worry about it. And I started understanding something like they really don't know their value, do they? They have no idea who they really are. Think about what I'm saying to you. Think about what I'm saying to you. This stuff means nothing to me, guys. I could care less about breaking records. I could care less about any of that because that means absolutely nothing to me if y'all still struggling. So what are we going to do about this? How are we going to turn this around? I think you need to identify exactly what you want. First of all, look at the thing you're struggling with and realizing that's not your stuff. So if you need to forgive somebody to get rid of that anchor, forgive them. Do whatever it takes to get these anchors up off you. And then you're going to write an I am statement. And this I am statement, you're going to write exactly what you want. If I was to tell you, listen, I got a big gift for you. You get 12 months to live the life you've always wanted to live. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever you want. And guess what? It's impossible to fail at this. It's like all the hardship you've been through, I'm giving this to you for 12 months. It doesn't matter how successful you want to be. You got 12 months to live this life. After 12 months, I can't promise you anything else. But this is going to be your blissful moment. You can do whatever you want to do with no restrictions. What would you write down? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Those 5 categories. What would you write down? Whatever those answers are, guess what? That's your real self. That's the real you. You know why? Because I just gave you a bonus. I said that there's no fear attached to it. So the difference between you living that life and what you're living right now, it's got to be fear. So if I remove fear and it don't exist, and I tell you, you got free will to be whatever you want, whatever you write down, that's the real you. That's the you that's in captive to all the anchors, to all the doubts, the fears, the worries, the insecurities. So how do you become that? How do I walk this out? Easy. If you're a 5-figure coach, you have a desire to be a 6-figure coach or a 7-figure coach, you wake up tomorrow, you do the duties of a 6 and a 7-figure coach. You do it by faith. You do it before it arrives. That means you speak to your team differently. You treat your spouse or your boyfriend differently. You treat your kids differently. How would you live if you was rich, if you was successful, if you was in the best shape of your life? What does that look like? And whatever that looks like, you project it now as if it's already happening. And what happens is mentally you see this vision, right? Watch this. This is powerful. Mentally you see this vision of what you want to become. When you see it, your emotions will stir up. It will connect to it. When your emotions connect to it, guess what happens? Then you vocalize it. When you vocalize it, you project it into the universe and project it back to your ears, into your soul. So then the universe will bring to you exactly what you feel, what you see, what you feel, what you say inside, what you believe in for. So my question to you is, if you think I'm joking, look at your current situation. What are your thoughts like? What are your emotions like connected to that thought? What are the words that are coming out of your mouth that you're speaking into the universe and speaking to yourself to believe? Look at your current situation. I'm willing to bet you $1 million it mirrors it. If there's inconsistency, that's because you got inconsistent or good thoughts. Think about what I'm telling you. Think about the thoughts you have. Say you have a thought where you're struggling and having a hard time, you're making ends meet. So you think about that, right? You think about the fact that, man, we're just barely making it, making ends meet, right? And because you're thinking it, you get a certain kind of feeling. You feel worthless. You feel like you feel guilty. You feel all these different things, right? You're letting your kids down. You don't know if you're ever going to get out of this. You're feeling it, right? Because you thought it, now you're feeling it. So then guess what you do? You get around your girl, you have your little coffee, and you start speaking it. We just, Jim isn't getting extra hours at work, and we're just barely making it. You confessing this now. So now that you confess it to the universe, Jim's boss is going to continue to give him them hours so he don't get extra because you confessed it, and then you speaking it to yourself so you believe it. And guess what? It's just a recurring thing of the same situation happening all the time. Yeah, my business isn't growing. People aren't showing up. I'm having a hard time inviting. That's exactly what's happening. So do you say, well, Chris, I didn't said all of that. How do I break it? You just broke it. You got an opportunity right now. You get on this call. I just spoke some things to you. Now that I spoke some things to you, I spoke directly to your soul. I spoke to your soul. You'll get off this call. You'll tweet it. You'll go to social media. Oh my gosh, I just had an eye-opening call with Chris Down and I feel so much better now. Now you speaking it. Remember, it was planted. I spoke it to you. Now you speaking it and confessing it. Now emotionally you feel better and goes back to the top. Now your vision is changing. Take over from there. It's all about being conscious of who you are. It's all it is. I'm no different than you. I put my hoodie over my head just like y'all put your shirt over your head. The only difference is I love myself, guys. That's the only difference. And because I love myself, I believe in myself. And because I believe in myself, I have no problem saying the things that I say because I know that this is way bigger than me. I know I have a gift. I know I have talents. I know I have influence. I'm 100% for certain of that stuff. Is that making sense? So when you break down and really realize this, you had the power all along. You just didn't know you. You just didn't know what you was capable of. So all that sending out mailers and all that stuff, you ain't got to do all that. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. You work hard on yourself than you do on your job. You work your job, you make a living. You work on yourself, you make a fortune. Period. That's what it's about right there. It's about you. Change the way you think, change the way you speak, and everything else is going to change. Start getting addicted to feeling good because you're thinking good, speaking good. Speak the things you want. We got the Power of I Am group, right? It's a 9-week personal development group that we have. We're into our 3rd week. You want to know what their assignment was yesterday that they got to do for the next 17 until Thanksgiving? You want to know what the pressures I put on them? You're not allowed to listen to music in your car for the next 17 days. So when you're alone in your car, it's affirmations. You're going to speak what you want. Speak about your business. Speak these things. Every time you speak something positive, whatever that is in the universe takes a step closer to getting to you. When you say something negative, it takes a step back. So some of the things that could have came to you 30 days ago is going to take you 6 months to get, because you have the power. Everybody put your hand right here. Put your hand close to your mouth. Speak. You say your ABCs or say your name. Just say your name. You feel that moisture? That means every word that comes out of your mouth, you're watering that seed. That's no different than going outside and planting apples and fertilizing and putting water in the ground. Put your mouth here. That's moisture. You're watering your seed. Everything you say, you watering something. Y'all think I'm crazy, right? I'm trying to tell you how I got to this place. You don't see me half naked in my photos. I don't need attention. I don't need it. You don't see me doing some crazy behavior for attention. Every post I make has to mean something. You know why? Because I got kids watching me. I'm the only super trainer with a little kid's following. I got a little kid in a hat. This cat wears this hat every single day. He is not taking this hat off. Allison, how long has this little boy had this hat? Almost a year?
Who, Jack?
He sleeps with the hat. Little Jax.
Yeah,
he sleeps with the hat. The only time he doesn't wear this hat is when he goes to school. And when he comes in from school, the first thing he does, he puts his book back down, grabs his hat. Do you have any idea, guys, how many people are waiting on you? How many blessings are waiting on you? All your financial stuff you're looking for, the physical stuff you're looking for, it's waiting on you. The hardest thing in any dream and any goal is never the dream or the goal. It's not about the success. It's never about that. The hardest thing to accomplish in any dream and goal is convincing yourself that you're worthy of that dream or goal. That's it. That is it. All the stuff you want, all the stuff you visualize, it's waiting on you. And it can't come until you start loving yourself. You start believing in yourself. Because the way you think about yourself, speak about yourself, feel about yourself is going to determine your net worth. If you think you're poor, you think you're struggling, you're going to struggle. This is the key to success. I'm telling you right now, there's trillions of people that's waiting on you right now. You're the problem solver. You're the solution. You're the prize. Think about every person you've ever signed up as a coach. I just proved it. You're the problem solver. You're the gateway to them having financial freedom, being able to stay home with their kids, do things for their family, pay for college, live a better life. You providing that for them. How are you providing that for them and don't even know who you are? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And the good news is some of you have been succeeding, not even knowing who you are. You've been succeeding unconsciously. Here, I can do even better than that. If you ever signed up one coach, hold on, break this down. Let's be practical. You have a commission-based business. There's no guaranteed paycheck. If you signed up one coach, you're successful. If you've signed up one coach, you are successful. And the difference between signing up one coach and a 50th coach, 100th coach, or 200th coach is going to be based on how much you love yourself. The more you love yourself, the more you believe in yourself, guess what? You're going to project that into a dark world and people are going to gravitate to you. And they're going to know it's something about you that's different than everybody else. There's something about you that's unique. Look at your palm print. Everybody look at your palm print. Y'all going to think I'm nuts, but I don't care. Look at your palm print. You're the only person in the world with that design on your palm. There's trillions of people in this world and nobody has that design. What are you? You're unique. You're chosen. You're different. You're purposeful. You understand where I'm going with this? Stop blessing our lives and your life struggling, man. I'm serious. You owe this to yourself. You did it for me. And if you find yourself struggling in your business, just take a trip down memory lane. Chris just said 2 years ago he couldn't buy groceries. And if I can help him buy groceries, I can help myself buy groceries and so much more. Start taking credit for this. When you see them, flaunting today in Jamaica or Hawaii and showing off their new cars and their little new bags, you need to think to yourself, I helped them buy that, because you did. Because you did. And if they were smart, they wake up real quick and realize that it ain't all of them that got them there. I'm always going to invest my time where I'm needed. I'm never going to invest my time where I want it. For what? I'm easily disposable. But if I'm needed, then I can make an impact. I'm always going to speak to the people nobody else want to speak to. I'm always going to invest my time in the people that no one wants to put their attention to. Because you know why? That's where I came from. You guys are a reflection of where I've been. So I would be robbing you guys and living a life of self if I didn't get off this platform and come help you. This business isn't promised to me. This is a stepping stone for me. There's so much more stuff for me to accomplish. This is a step. You know what? True. I'm not even here to be making programs. I'm here for you. I'm here to shine to remind you of who you are, remind you of your gift and your purpose. You notice I said remind you. I didn't remove some new revelation. Your purpose already knew this. You just forgot. It's not about the programs, guys. It's about the people. The program is just a way that I'm able to reach you guys. If you haven't done Shift Shop Proving Grounds, you missing something. Everything that I just projected for the last 40 minutes is in that program. It's a legitimate personal development program. Ashton, am I right? It's a personal development program disguised in a workout. For real. Look at Tulin. Come on now. I handpicked my cast. I knew what I wanted. I wanted real life. I wanted my modifier to look like somebody who would be modified. I don't want no skinny modifier. That ain't realistic to me. That's realistic to me. I wanted somebody that I can empower on set, that I can show them that they got every tool they need to be anything they want to be, that there's no limitations. The only limitations you have is the one in your mind. My set had to represent real life, every fitness level, because I'm never going to put out a program for a clique of people. I didn't add new equipment to it. I kept the same markers and the same weights. You know why? Everybody can slide on a damn marker on a sorry, it don't work like that. My big butt can't slide on some plate thing. So why do I want you to slide on it? Just being realistic here. Come on now. My program ain't about myself. My program is about what can I put together in a program that can relate to everybody. Sorry, I can't do a slider. You ain't ever going to see me with no slider. Don't work for me. And it don't work for the people that I represent either. Because I represent the people who feel like they don't belong to anything. They feel like they can't be a part of something. That's what I represent. Those are my people. The people that nobody else want to spend time with. The people that no one else wants. It's easy to believe somebody who's ambitious and motivated. That's easy. But can you deal with the people who dealing with depression? Mom has cancer. Husband struggling with their health. Kids having. Can you do that? I'm gonna tell you. I just got the call. What, an hour ago? With someone in our coach test group, their son just got diagnosed with brain cancer. Brain tumor. I just got off the phone with him for 45 minutes. I told him every week I'm gonna talk to you on the phone and we're gonna get through this together. That's why I'm here. I could care less. I could give two barrels of monkey crap about a program and records. Because you know what? If she loses her son, guess what? She loses everything. So why do I care about a damn program when this lady's son could be potentially fighting for his life? That's what it's about to me. It's bigger than fitness, man. I don't care about that stuff. If I can help her through her time right now, sticking to her business, focusing on the program and the coach test group, that's giving her strength to deal with her family. She sent me and Allison a phone call today. I could play it back for you right now about how out of nowhere, get this, out of nowhere, they couldn't get an appointment with a surgeon. Hold on, let me break this down to you. He's had this problem for 15 days, 12 to 15 days. Hasn't got one appointment with a surgeon, no doctors, anything. They're thinking like, do they even care about me? I get on the phone with this guy and I ask him, I said, what is your why? What do you mean? Why do you get up every day and go to work? Well, if it was a year ago, if you asked me this question, I'd say my wife, but now I have a beautiful daughter. Guess what? Dying isn't an option, period. Where's the problem at? It's in your brain. It's an internal problem, right? Well, guess what? The solution is inside too. You're going to eat every food that helps the brain perform. If it's blueberries, whatever, every food that gives the brain performance, that's what you're going to eat. And guess what else you're going to do? You're going to visualize yourself spending time with your daughter, walking her down that aisle for marriage in college. You ain't going nowhere. It's not an option. It's certain things you got to be stubborn about. And he got quiet. And it resonated with him. And guess what? Once you rise above this, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, bro. Think about, and get this, Annie's a school teacher. You using your brain every single day. You're gonna go to work as if you don't have this problem. And guess what else you're gonna do? You're gonna stop telling people about it. You know why? Because people can project their own fears and insecurities on you and have you lose faith because they're act out of concern, but really it's out of fear. So from now on, you don't tell anybody about this problem. We deal with it right now. You war against this thing mentally. You visualize yourself healthy, whole. You read books to your daughter. You exercise that brain. No disease can live in a body like that. It's impossible. You know how many miracles of somebody that had diagnosed with something, they go to the doctor because they've been prayed up and believing for something, and they get the x-ray and the doctor says, I don't know where it's at. It's not there. Come on, man. You done seen plenty of shows. There's miracles in this world. Why not you? 40 minutes. I was on the phone with him. Don't even know the guy. I know his name is Caleb now. See what I'm saying? It's bigger than fitness. I'm not going to let him walk around with that anchor, just like I'm not going to let you guys walk around with this anchor. So you got some decisions to make. What do you want? It's that simple. You need to spend some time with that. All right? I got 5 minutes. Anybody got any questions? How come every time I ask anybody questions, no one says anything?
We're in awe right now, Chris. We want to thank you for hopping on and taking your time out of your day to meet with us. Christy and I both really appreciate it for speaking to our teams.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm just telling you the truth. Like, this ain't hard, guys. The key is love, self-love.
So when are you coming to Wisconsin?
Well, I think it's about to start snowing there, right?
Oh, yeah, you still got time?
Oh, man. Woo.
It ain't that cold.
Chris,
Yeah.
you want to come down here to Florida?
Yeah. Wait. The hurricanes is done, right?
Yeah,
No,
they're
not yet.
done.
All right, cool. Yep. That's awesome. I'm gonna tour a lot this next year. I don't have a program coming out next year, so I'm gonna tour a lot, and I'm gonna tour a lot doing this kind of stuff because this is what matters to me. Yeah, we'll work out, but I just feel like it's important that everyone understand their mindset stuff is so much more important. That's the root. That's your root.
I agree more.
Thank you so much. A lot of people are saying they want to listen to the recording again because there's so much.
Yeah.
They want to really, I think every single person in the world needs to hear this call. So I don't care if you're a Beachbody coach or whatever, everybody needs this call. I'm going to have my kids listen to it.
Good stuff. So go to my website is www.thechrisdowning.com. Scroll down to the bottom and hit subscribe, and you guys will get motivational newsletters. So it's something to kind of keep you going, you know, during those tough moments. You know, you never know. might be something to pop in and be right where you need it at the right time. But the whole key here is you guys already have what you need to be, everything you was ever created to be. You have it. You just got to wake up to it. Start working internally, and externally will change. It's the truth. All right, guys? All right. Go hug your kids and your spouse. Tell them you love them. I'll see you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.